As a spiritual Olympian and a transparency coach over this last year, I've really started working through money beliefs because I noticed there are so many beautiful people, powerful people, talented people out there that simply aren't able to attract money. And so I was curious why. And I guess what? I was one of those people. I was pre rich. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get money. And yet I was so talented, so gifted. I had so much value to offer. The problem was is I didn't see my value at the time. I didn't feel worthy at the time. And a lot of reasons this happens to really, really good people is because we care about other people more than we care about ourselves. We're very empathic. We feel other people's pain. We feel what other people are going through, and we don't want to be a burden. And so the universe this last year has really stepped forward to try to help me realize I wasn't letting the world bless me. I wasn't letting the universe bless me. I wasn't letting God bless me. And so as I've been working through these belief systems, I want to share with you a few things I've learned. First, people who are good often don't know their own worth because we value people. We don't necessarily value money. Okay. And so to have money, we must start wanting money. The money is not evil. It's a complete belief system. And so money is what it is. But it is also not this high vibration or frequency, and this is why assholes can have it. And we have this massive divide of these really amazing people who have so much value and so much worth to offer, but they're not charging for their services. And we have all these people that are charging a ton for their services, and yet they haven't done their underlying work. And so they're neither happy because these other people can't, or well, they can be happy, but they aren't able to manifest the heaven outside of themselves, but they manifest the heaven inside. And these other people have the physical heaven, but they don't have the internal heaven. And so one of my current goals is to mingle the two, to integrate the two, to bring understanding to both worlds and give people the entire balance. And so worthiness beliefs are huge. We manifest what we believe we're worthy of. So that's number one. So the more you feel you're worthy, the more you're able to manifest that outside of yourselves. The next thing I've noticed is money is like sexuality. If you're a pleaser and you're always pleasing your partner and you're the one giving them blowjobs all the time, but you're not receiving because you feel like a burden and you don't want to make them work for it or any of those kind of things, you're actually not allowing them to worship you. You're not allowing them to bless you. They want to bless you. Your partner wants to please you. They want to give to you. But a lot of us, quote, quote, spiritual or good people, we don't want to put that on another person because we care more about others than we care about ourselves. And for you to be able to attract abundance, that absolutely needs to be looked at. And so Creator has come to me very much the last year to teach me a lot of these things as I'm creating this business to help good people get money, so that people can share their gifts and make a full-time living doing that. And I'm learning so much about helping coach even people that already make money because they have all these child wounds and this trauma, and learning to help them heal that so that they can be more fulfilled even with the money. And one thing that has been like amazing, the way that she's reflected this to me is in a very sensual way, with the sexuality, with the understanding that it needs to come and go. And so I've had some massive breakthroughs recently. I ended up having a breakthrough yesterday that was so life transformational. I shared it with my husband, but it's very sacred. And I was able to do something that most humans couldn't even believe it was possible. And Creator came through me in a way that was so powerful that it literally bent my reality and transformed my entire dimension within a single hour. And what came through was so intense, but it was like being, just knowing you were enough. Like, imagine this perfect guy is your lover, right? And as women, we judge our bodies and we feel like um we feel like we're not enough for our partner. We're not pretty enough, sexy enough. And so we shame our bodies and we hide and we turn the light off during sex and all those kind of things, right? And Creator very much showed up for me like that with receiving, that I was blocking a lot of my receiving centers because I was not able to receive, and because I was not showing all that I am. And so it was this beautiful thing, because it was being able to like energetically lay naked in front of creation and say, this is what I am. And I love it. And I hope you love it too. And letting that energy love all of me, and just, and my scars, my wounds, and all of those parts of me, and just knowing I am enough and I am worthy to be loved and worshiped and pleased, and allowing that creation energy to just come in and fulfill that for me. So it was so eye-opening, because I was one of those people who would give 10 blowjobs and then only allow somebody to go down and please me once, right? And so we have to learn that balance if we want to get out of this dimension or out of this lifetime, because you'll just this karmic energy is kind of like a bank. You give so much good and then you're supposed to receive, right? Or so much bad, you receive. And so if you like a Mother Teresa and you're giving good, kind of like I was, you're not receiving, you build up this abundance so much that I would actually have to come back in another lifetime just to be worshipped if I wasn't allowing that to be received her. And that's why the universe is so passionate about teaching me this lesson right now. I actually had a palmist read my hand just recently, and it was really funny because the first thing he said is like, wow, you are so wealthy. You are so wealthy. He's like, you have a fast pass to heaven after this lifetime. And he's like, and then I was like, yeah, I'm pretty rich, right? I'm getting there. But there's all these blocks or whatever. And he goes to my hand and he stops right there. He goes, oh, you don't receive. You don't know how to receive. You don't know how to receive. And so he was able to see it. And I've had so many people recognize this, but I recognize it in others right now. I recognize it on a lot of really, really talented, gifted, good people that are they're offering so much value, and yet they don't charge for it. And so learning to break these old belief systems so that abundance can come in has been vital for me. And one of the hardest lessons for me to learn as this beautiful person who wants everybody to be spoiled, like Creator was showing me kind of my energy, how he loves me so much. He wants to be my sugar daddy, right? He wants to just totally just love me and give me everything my heart desires. And yet I was not okay with it. I wanted everybody to be able to be spoiled that way. I wanted everybody to be loved that way. And I believe everybody can be loved that way, and everybody should be loved that way. Should is a swear word, by the way. But what he was trying to explain to me yesterday, which was a massive breakthrough, is that I earned this. I have worked every day of my life. This is my passion. I go to my spiritual gym and I have created my spiritual six-pack. I have worked my booty off for it. And if he just gives it to everybody, they're not going to value that. Just like some people are really good at actual physical six-packs. I'm working on it, but I don't push myself as hard as a lot of people in that gym. I don't sacrifice as much as a lot of them at the gym. And it's me doing that work every single day and going to the gym every single day that I appreciate the physical six-pack way more, because I know how much they worked for it. Or that financial six-pack. The reason why people have abundance is because they're working at it every single day. It has become their passion and their drive, and they have mastered things about themselves that have allowed that to come to them. And it's not selfish. And that was my fear. It was selfish to be blessed, but no, they earned it. And Creator was explaining this to me. I've earned spiritual abilities, and I've earned spiritual gifts, and I've earned spiritual abundance, and I've earned my right to be a creator and God on this earth, and to be able to do things that most humans don't even think is possible, to the point where I literally shifted my entire reality yesterday, like a quantum leap. And suddenly new people came into my reality that have the ability to master things that, for instance, in the sense of money, I've been opened up to a portal of the 1%, those people that are able to completely financially have mastered money, right? And I've been able to now that's tangible, I'm able to touch it. Now I'm able to go learn from them. And so it's opening new doors for me. And it's because I've worked very hard to get here. And until I was willing to see that, until I was willing to see my worth and see my value, the universe couldn't reflect that for me. It couldn't bless me because I was not receiving. I wanted everybody to have the same. Maybe this comes from a polygamist. Make sure there's enough for everyone, right? But there is more than enough for everyone. We as good people need to learn that people get what they feel they deserve. And people are not all the same. Some people don't value what I do, and they're going to keep being recycled lifetime after lifetime and lifetime until they do the work necessary to get out of this dimension, to get out of this karmic video game that is being created here. And it's not my job to save them. And it's not my job to go in and make them value what I do. If somebody wants that 6-pack, they're going to have to go to the gym and do the work necessary to get it. If somebody wants that financial, they're going to have to go do it. It's not my job to go make sure all of them have 6-packs and all of them have money and all of them this, because if they're not doing the work necessary, and if they're not valuing it, and they're just drifting through their life, they're getting what they're getting the results of that. Anyways, thanks for letting me share. You guys have a blessed day.